Good evening. I am Travis Bodnar, and welcome to my presentation on identification theft. The United States Department of Justice defines identification theft, or ID theft, also known as identification fraud, as a crime in which someone wrongfully obtains and uses another person's personal data in some way that involves fraud or deception, typically for economic gain. Now, this is a much bigger problem for college-age students than our youth of the elementary school age. Students need to be aware that their identity should be personal and private, held within their control, not somebody else's. They should be aware that their financial and personal image is at stake every day. The information that they put out in the digital world is permanent and is very hard to maintain. With the advancement of technology, specifically the computer and internet, criminals are able to attack individuals on a large-scale basis, often in a large capacity data breaches. However, individual ID theft can and does occur more often. There are many types of identification theft. Existing account takeover and new account creations are the most prevalent frauds seen today. This is usually in the form of thieves stealing credit card information or personal data in order to create credit card accounts. Other types of ID theft include tax-related, criminal, medical, and even employment. Thieves and criminals are finding new and creative ways to attack your data each and every day. There's a lot of information that criminals find valuable, and they collect to achieve different objectives. Major data breaches have been found the loss of large amounts of information, including birth name, birthplace, birth dates, telephone numbers, passport and driver's license numbers, security questions and answers, financial account numbers and data, including credit cards and bank pins, and even your employer information. Students provide information on social networks to sign up and use. Teach them to be aware of the needed information versus the information companies desire to learn your habits. The data collected is either used or sold in bunches to others around the world to be used for criminal purposes. So how do they do it? Criminals can stoop pretty low and use low tech to get your information. The internet isn't the only way. Dumpster diving or going through your trash is one way. Teach kids to identify the important information as seen on the previous slide and dispose of materials correctly. Stealing mail or your wallet or purse is another way. Students should manage their possessions carefully. Have you ever seen the "You're a winner" email or envelope? Scammers are out there. Don't buy into it, and teach your students that nothing in life is free. Phishing is another tactic online, where scammers hope you click their link, disguised as a link you visit often, to provide info requested. Teach your students that if they don't know the person's email address, don't open it. Skimming debit or credit cards has been a popular tactic for thieves and has been seen successful at ATMs, gas stations, and even from waiters and waitresses. Young kids will probably only have cash on themselves, but they should know the tricks. Other tactics are out there and are out of your control, but knowing these will greatly reduce your chances. If you haven't been scared into action, just check out these numbers. Roughly 1 in 15 consumers spending online have been the victim of identity fraud. When you think it won't happen to you, the odds are good that it will, and if you don't take precautions. Roughly 33% of Americans have experienced ID theft, which is twice the global average. More shocking is that 1 in 5 had experienced ID theft twice or more. Sadly, emotional distress has been identified by 3 out of 4 who have experienced identity theft. New victims happen every 2 seconds. That's every 2 seconds, people. Be aware and protect yourself. Teach students that the cleanup process from this is no fun and can cost lots of money. Protection starts by being proactive. Online, ensure you and your students don't share valuable information in emails or chat. Keep your passwords private and make sure they are uncommon with a minimum of 12 characters, numbers, and letters. Change your passwords frequently. Ensure you are using a secure Wi-Fi and that it is password protected. The Wi-Fi name for your household should be unique and not contain your home address. Antivirus or anti-malware software should be updated regularly. Have important data on paperwork. Shred it, or at least tear it up into a million pieces. Your credit report is considered the lifeblood of your financial history and future. Check the credit report a minimum 3 times a year for fraud or suspicious activity. As a parent, ensure that your child's name does not have a credit report, or if it does, that the activity is something you're aware of. You can plan a security freeze if you are not planning on opening new accounts in the near future. This will not allow anyone else to create accounts in your name. Your bank can provide protection as well. Sign up for account alerts or monitoring to ensure that unusual activity like large payments or withdrawals are handled safely. Additionally, check your bills and account statements regularly and contact the company as soon as you notice something wrong. Students might not be aware of this, but it is a good life lesson they can benefit from. Yikes, someone just stole my identity? What do I do now? The United States Justice Department suggests you call the companies you know the fraud has occurred. Next, call the 3 credit bureaus and place a fraud alert. It's free, in addition to getting hold of your credit reports. Report identity theft directly to the Federal Trade Commission, also known as the FTC. They can help you with a personal recovery plan. Finally, report the theft to the local police. They will require much of the information from the above steps. The main idea is not to get to this point and prepare early. It is better to prevent theft than it is to pick up the pieces afterwards. The youth within today's digital world need to know this is no laughing matter. Protecting their digital existence doesn't come without some hard work and proactivity. Teach them that they can never be too careful. Thank you.